Good morning. It's Friday morning, and we're speaking to you from the secret den office study in my house. And we're going to read Matthew 13:10 through 17, which is the next bit of verses. But then the explanation of the parable that we read yesterday comes in verse 18 and following. So we'll get to that tomorrow. But in the meantime, there's this question. The disciples came and said to him, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" Jesus answered them, "To you it has been given to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. For to the one who has, more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. This is why I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand." Indeed, in their case, the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled that says, "You will indeed hear, but never understand. You will indeed see, but never perceive. For this people's heart has grown dull, and with their ears they can barely hear, and their eyes have closed, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and turn, and I would heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For truly I say to you, many prophets and righteous people longed to see what you see, and did not see it, and to hear what you hear, and did not hear it." That's a kind of a strange bit of text. Jesus seems to be putting down the very people he's been teaching. But he says that Isaiah's prophecy is fulfilled, that you see, but you don't really see, and you hear the words, but you don't understand them. So, in other words, they don't have the key. They hear Jesus talking, and they're like, "Oh, he's a good teacher," but they don't understand that he's the Messiah, that he's God incarnate, bringing the truth to them. And that's what he means at the end when he says, the prophets wanted to see this but didn't, and you do see it because I am with you, goes unspoken. So for Jesus, it's a matter of he speaks to them in parables so that they will catch the idea. If he spoke to them directly, they might not hear it, and that way he can speak to them in a way that they can hear it. Good old Soren Kierkegaard said once that direct communication, that is saying something directly and positively and saying, "Here's the truth," blam, doesn't always work. You have to do it indirectly. What he called the truths that wound from behind. They kind of sneak up on you and get you, and then you go, "Ah," and that's how Jesus did with the parables, and what he thought was a great way to communicate to people in his case, 19th century Denmark, or today in our world. And so, why does Jesus speak in parables? He wants people to get the message and understand. And if he does it directly, they probably won't. And let's not feel superior to those people, because if he did it directly, we probably wouldn't get it either. And so he told this parable about the sower sowing the seed, and the seed wouldn't grow properly. And tomorrow, the next bit of verses, he's going to explain that parable to the disciples, and we're going to see how the early church read that parable and understand what it means, and also think about then what it means for us and what he's saying to us. So for today, Jesus speaks in parables so that we can understand him. That's very important. He puts the message down on our level. As someone once said to me, you put the cookies on the bottom shelf where everybody can get them. That's the goal of any good teacher, I think. And that's certainly Jesus' intention with the parables. And we'll see you on Saturday morning.